Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sweetheart Gala Date Night, the 13th Sweetheart event, the first one done via Zoom. Now let's welcome our hosts for the evening, Jeremy and Julie Hudson.
Good evening. We are super excited to get to participate in this special event with you this evening.
We are. Well, Jeremy and I have been married for 17 years and we have 4 amazing kids. Mackenzie is 15, Nate is 13, and our twins, Abby and Macy, are 11.
You know, when we think about the importance of our marriage health and how that affects our family, I remember one of the things that my father shared with me when I was a young teenage guy. We were talking about being a dad and what it means. And he said, son, one of the most important gifts that you can give to your children is loving their mother well. And that really resonated with me. And I think that's something that we have carried with us into our relationship, that we wanted our children to see us love one another well. It gives them that stability, that security, and it gives them hopefully a model for them to emulate in their future marriages.
Yes, and by the fact that you're here tonight and participating, that shows that your marriage is a priority for you. So we're happy to see this and hear this and take part in the evening with you.
We want to tell you why we're doing this together tonight. We want to experience the divine gift of connection. Connection to your partner, connection to other couples, and an opportunity to connect with this cause in financial partnership.
It's also Marriage Week USA this week, so we're really excited to have so many marriages represented here.
Tonight's event will be about an hour in length, and we want to encourage you to participate fully all the way through the end.
It will be a fast-moving evening with individual and group couple experiences that you will find from your date night kit box.
We will hear from Nick and Cameron, a couple who experienced deeper connection as a result of Encompass resources. And they got married halfway through that process and journey.
We'll hear from Lavern and Ronda Nissley, co-directors for 16 years, on major blessings of 2020.
We will experience the power of two, a way to invest your couple resources for others.
We'll wrap up with a special music blessing by Michael and Jenny Hamilton over you and your family.
We are very grateful for all the sponsors who have invested into our time together this evening. They are listed in your program.
A special thank you to Lee's Famous Recipe Chicken and Springfield Smiles for their platinum level investments in healthy marriages.
It's a catch-all for our community, such a wonderful program that impacts every part of our community.
And we're fans and supporters.
Well, we just appreciate you guys. The work you do here is just so critical. You've made such a difference in our society and in our community.
And it's not just the community, it's individual lives that you guys have impacted.
So get comfortable, snuggle up, and prepare to experience a connection with your sweetheart. Here is your first connection experience. You have about 3 minutes to look around the house and find a household item that represents your relationship. After that, you'll be placed in your group's breakout room where you'll get to share about the item that you selected.
Welcome back, everyone. So this is the household item that Jeremy and I have chosen, and it is wood glue. And I don't know if you've ever seen two pieces of wood that are glued together, but they are difficult and near impossible to pull apart.
That's right. And one of the things we talked about as we picked this item was that no matter what kind of pressures have happened, we've been through ups and downs, we've gone through job changes, we've gone through health issues and things like that. We've walked those things out, and none of that pressure has been able to pull us apart. We are still bonded. Plus, when I look at glue, I'm reminded that you're stuck with me.
All right, I got it. She's gonna love it. Let's go.
Whoa, how'd you find a card so fast?
I'm a speaker of lady language. I hear their voices in my head, much like Beethoven heard music.
No, I think those are just voices.
Either way, I've got a card and you don't.
I'm trying to find one with the right words. I can't find one that really describes how I feel.
Here, this one.
This one. This is the one.
Yeah.
Okay. Sugar is sweet and so is honey. I bought you this card because I had no money.
That is so you.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not me.
What are you trying to say?
I need a card that says, I don't deserve you. I never have, and I never will. From the moment that I first saw you, I knew that I wanted to be with you, to know you, to understand you. I am humbled that you chose me. I have married out of my league, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't recognize that fact. And I've never taken our vows lightly. What do I say to the mother of my children, my best friend, my soulmate? I love you can just sound so cliche and trite, but it's the only words that I know. I love you. I mean, that would be a card, you know? That would be a card that I'd want to buy. What's the matter? What happened?
Don't look at me.
Okay.
Look away.
I have. What's the matter?
It's like I'm a swimming pool, and your words are like cannonballs landing. Pull yourself together, man. Attention, everybody. We are in the presence of a true wordsmith.
No, we're not.
Allow his words to be the wings on which your cards fly.
No.
I want what he's having.
Okay, we need to go. We need to go right now.
I've got an idea. We'll get those cards that are blank on the inside, and we'll write your words on them, and then we'll give them to our ladies. But we have to write in calligraphy.
I'm just going to take your card.
Wait, what was that part about the true soulmates? I need a pen. I gotta write this down. That stuff is gold. That'll give me a whole Sunday of football.
Sometimes Sean writes me like poetry. Instead of like buying me a card, he'll go and write me something, and it means more to me than, you know, going out and buying somebody else's words. He makes his own, and it's just really special.
Yeah, I've always kind of took that approach towards just sharing my thoughts and feelings on whether it be Valentine's Day or birthday or anniversary. Just kind of taking some time to just kind of jot down my feelings, and most of the time it's in more of a poetry format, you know. And
I just feel like he took the time, you know, to do this. It was like he set aside time to do this. He didn't just like rush to Walmart and you know, it took time and thought. So it means more. The time, you know, it took. Most of the time they're silly.
Yeah.
But there's nice stuff in the bunch. Yeah, he's goofy, so.
yeah, the silliness of, you know, my personality, it always comes out in one of those poems, because I always try to aim to make her laugh. So I think most of the time I'll actually read them to her. I think that it brings us closer together. It really does. This is Sean and Jamie.
And this is our story.
we have another connection experience for you and your partner. Another step in your own love journey.
In your date night kit are 2 containers of Play-Doh. Take them out and start pressing them together until they are almost one color.
Then, form the combined lump of Play-Doh into a heart shape. In about 2 minutes, you'll be sent to your breakout groups and you'll answer the 2 questions on screen. Welcome back. We hope you had a great time sharing together as couples.
Here's our Play-Doh heart. You know, as individuals, Jeremy and I both obviously have strengths and weaknesses. And I believe when those strengths and weaknesses come together and we're connected, it makes for a stronger marriage and stronger relationship.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine doing life now as the person that I was when I was single. The ability to rely on the areas that you're strong, the ability to see things through your perspective, make me more effective, I believe, as a father, as a husband, as a leader, and just as a member of our community. I love that we do this together.
I do too. We're now going to hear from a real-life couple who have experienced greater connection through the Rings experience.
It was definitely terrifying for me. I've never like dived into my own feelings or like thought processes, and doing that plus doing someone else.
I was really, really hopeful that this would bring out something in both of us and be accepting of change. I'm one of those two that I'm not one who gets help or is easy to change.
I think my whole life I was just kind of, not being honest with myself about how I process and everything. And I would just kind of, put it on the back burner. And like through this whole process, it's like, you can't just, toss that aside. I mean, you need to accept it and, use that to make a relationship with other people.
Before, if we had any kind of like sticky moments or build up of pressure between us, it either didn't end well or we just never resolved it. And we actually started working through that. I think when we first had our first walkthrough and being able to go back and forth in a conversation and resolve the issue, I think it was kind of like a light bulb moment for both of us.
And I think that really made a difference, and it was scary. But it was worth it. It was really nice.
We have now made it to where we can conversate and not have to worry about a huge blow up or shutting down for days at a time, and just kind of at that point it feels like it would go from couple to we were just roommates back to couple after the day's break.
But really it was just me processing my own emotions, and the love languages was tremendous help. Just because what I thought, was me helping out or showing him my affection, he didn't take it that way. So when I was realizing that things that, could have gotten on my nerves or anything was just him showing me how much he loved me and his affection, I'm like, why was I getting upset about that? Like, why do I need time away from him when all he's doing is trying to just, be kind and show compassion? So
Is it allowed us both a environment where we could realize we work together and we're partners, and that definitely the process allowed us to figure that out together.
Because it's gonna get hard. I mean, you can't deny that. Just mashing two people's lives together and trying to make everything all like sunshine and rainbows, it's not gonna be like that. You're gonna have those rainy days, but it's just like being together for those days and like trying to, hold an umbrella for each other. Like, just being there and like just loving each other. You can't give up on that.
It's been life-changing for sure, not only from a couple standpoint, but an individual as well, because a lot of the skills that we've learned, you have to pull it inside first and really evaluate it yourself and then apply it to your partner and your relationship.
I just really want to say thank you. I can't come up with enough words to show like how appreciative I am for this and just how it's changed everything. Yeah, we still have ways to go, but we wouldn't be at the stage we are now without that extra help.
Lavern and Rhonda are co-directors of this ministry and have been doing that since 2005. I can tell you as a part of this community, we are blessed and better because of Encompass's investment into relationships everywhere. The impact that they have had in our churches, in our families, and in neighborhoods around has been invaluable.
And Jeremy and I personally have been the recipient of their investment, just having known Lavern and Rhonda since the beginning of our marriage and our relationship. And so we are grateful for the impact they're having in our life, that they've had in our life and continue to have, as well as our community.
Hi, the vision of Encompass Connection Center is family trees forever changed. And we should say changed for the better. This tree here represents champions that have said yes to leading groups for the event this evening.
Yeah, now last year in 2020, our vision was greatly challenged. How do you continue to strengthen families in a global pandemic? As couples and families were spending more time together and quarantining at home, it did present some new challenges, and we experienced that ourselves. We discovered that Lavern doesn't know how to load a dishwasher appropriately.
The dishwasher's right over here, and I just kept messing up, I guess. So that was a challenge for us. So we did a major pivot from regular rings classes to virtual classes plus coaching. It's very flexible, on demand, and has a high level of completion. And it greatly expands the scope and size of our audience.
We've also added virtual editions on parenting, financial management courses for those couples that want to grow in those areas.
But it's been a good experience. I think we've really enjoyed being able to do things at home and process it and mull over it and break it down into several days. And then I love the accountability of coming back and talking in person with someone and the challenges that you've given us or just brought to light.
And being able to just start talking, which was unusual for us. We were always putting out fires. We was always reactive. The conversation we would have is, how can we fix this situation?
So in October and November, because of the increased number of couples that we were serving, up 20% over the previous year, we trained an additional 7 facilitator coach couples to help us keep up with the increased demands that serve couples even beyond our region.
But in the midst of COVID, we've seen a ramping up of champion relationships. And this was facilitated through 3 strategic teams made up of staff, board members, and community partners.
And one outgrowth was a series of video testimonials on the power of 2. Our thanks to Malcolm and Kristen, Par and Helen, Gary and Andrea for their inspiring stories. So before we watch their Power of Two trailer video, just a quick blurb about our own future as it relates to Encompass.
And we'd like to let you in on a few reflections that we've shared with a small group of stakeholders.
Our desire as a couple is to continue serving this region and beyond through the next 5 years while preparing to hand off the baton of executive leadership.
This will require God's help and wisdom, as well as that of our board and stakeholders like you.
The future of Encompass has never been wholly dependent upon a few people, but upon an entire community of relationship champions.
This is why we're excited about the Power of Two Collective. This is a team of passionate donors committed to seeing family trees changed forever. A quarterly Sunday evening Zoom calls will keep everyone informed and inspired.
And the next Zoom call is April 25th, 6 p.m. We want to leave Encompass in good hands for continued leadership and impact, in good financial standing with a solid community reputation.
That we have no intentions of just coasting for the next 5 years. We commit to you our intentions of finishing well with God's help and strong hand of provision.
So now let's hear from the 3 champion couples who model what we hope to see multiplied many times over.
What I wanted to see as a result of our giving was definitely a change in other people's lives, the community especially. We're a very active part of our community.
We know what God has as far as for marriage, the covenant, and we don't want to see that broken in anyone who takes those vows.
So when we look at Encompass and we look at the things that are happening there, not maybe premarital, maybe it's in the beginning with simple things like you said, communication, and those issues where if we can invest in those things, it won't get to the point where we were at.
Ultimately, yes, a change in our life as well, because we know that if we're giving, it also holds us accountable.
And you can head off those major devastations in marriages before they get to those points.
I mean, it's our belief that the devil wants to tear the church apart through tearing apart relationships.
You can get a loophole in there to divide whatever it is in your relationship. He's overjoyed.
I think that the nuclear family is really under attack and has been from day one.
And when he can tear apart a Christian marriage, that's like double bonus for him, because it not only damages the institution of marriage, it damages the church as well at the same time.
He came to restore and reconcile what was lost in the Garden of Eden between God and man.
Encouraging the word in Ephesians, especially as husbands, hey, love your wives as Christ loved the church. Read that scripture and like, now, Lord, I thank Lord for the ministry. It's like, and now I have practical tools now to help do that in the daily life now.
We know there's tools out there that they can benefit from or be blessed by. So we have a heart for other couples, for their marriages to be saved or be strengthened.
God is a God of restoration and redemption, and He wants us to outpour, whether it's through helping other people with mentoring or just listening or sharing your story or giving financially to people who are doing those things. And I think that's where we look at, we're only 2 people. We can't help everybody, but we can help those who are helping people.
A P2 giver invested in improving their own marriage.
Believes their marriage has the power to impact others.
And sacrifices to impact the marriage of others.
My why? To see my family whole and to bless other families.
My why, my daughters, my family.
The love for our church,
our community,
by faith.
To strengthen good marriages and help save those at risk.
For marriages to be strengthened and be restored. For our kids, their kids, their kids, their kids, their kids, and their kids.
Because we have a family of 6, and it's much easier to
spread it out,
and to give in small chunks, and it keeps us engaged. I mean, it's sometimes it's easier to see an organization write a check, one big check, and be done with it. This way, it's every month you're reminded, oh, there goes that money out of our account. But where's that going? What's it doing? And in reality, when you do it that way, you don't even miss it sometimes. It may seem like a small amount to you, but you get that many people giving that small amount, it grows into this large thing that can be, great things can be done with it. And so for us, with our budget, it's easier to give $20 here, $10 there every month, rather than try to scrape together a big chunk of money all at one time.
Because our marriage has power.
Because our marriage has power.
Because our marriage has power.
So you've just heard from 3 couples who are all in for the cause of healthy marriages.
So we're going to release you to your final connection time with your group, and you're going to discuss and reflect on what you just saw.
When you return, you'll be given the opportunity to consider how you can partner in this cause as well.
Because our
Sorry. I heard her. I was doing good, so I heard her kind of try to hold it back. All right. Oh man, I'm sorry. Hold on. Okay. I got it now. I'm really not gonna lie. You ready?
I'm ready.
Because I don't want you being mad.
Okay. Because our marriage.
Okay, I'm ready. I'm gonna take my breath on that too.
We are. I'm
so sorry. Okay.
Maybe a blue
Yes, you just practice it. So we are P2 years.
Yes.
All right, got it. All right. Okay, perfect. I'm ready.
We are P2 givers.
Because our marriage has power.
Wait.
There you go.
All of us participating in the Sweetheart Gala have the opportunity to partner with Encompass Connection Center.
Please take out the Power of Two response card from your date night kit box.
Take a few minutes to consider your responses as a couple, whether it is as first-time donors or as continuing or renewing donors.
A commitment of $22 a month for 1 year is the average cost for a couple to receive relationship healing resources from Encompass.
When you're ready, you can complete the Power of Two card and then mail it with the self-addressed envelope provided.
Or you can complete your response totally online, easily, safely, and quickly.
Julie and I want to thank you so much for your support. In a few moments, we'll conclude our evening by joining in a very special blessing by Michael and Jenny Hamilton.
Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 Lord, Lord bless you and keep you, make his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you and give you peace. Amen. 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 And amen. 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 May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations in your family and your children and their children and their children. May his favor be upon you and 1,000 generations in your family and your children and their children and their children. May his presence go before you and behind you and beside you. Within you, he is with you, he is with you in the morning, in the evening, in your coming and your going, in your weeping and rejoicing. He is for you, he is for you, he is for you, he is for you, he is for you. Amen. In the morning, in the evening, in your coming and your going, in your weeping and rejoicing. He is for you, he is for you, he is for you. He is for you. Amen. He is for you. He is for you. And amen. He is for you. Amen. The Lord bless you. The Lord bless you and keep you. Make his face shine upon you, be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face toward you